Ken, after the Arizona game, you said that in that game you were trying to limit possessions, kind of slow the game down, make it a lower scoring game. Is that just kind of the offense's MO going forward now?
If we if we get opportunities in transition, we want to push it. Utah did a great job tonight of not allowing us to get many of those. And then when we did, we were not very efficient. But we always want to push it in transition if there's a great opportunity. So therefore, the game was slow. And I think part of it had to do with the amount of minutes some of our guys played, 35, 36, 37, 34. You know, that's 4 of the 5 starters. And, you know, we were not in a rush. We were not in a rush to just go, because we were trying to play guys a lot of minutes or keep them on the floor.
Is that kind of your intent now in conference play to shorten the bench a little bit?
It was tonight. It's probably game to game.
And then only 3 free throws last game, 28 tonight. Was getting to the rim and getting to the line a point of emphasis today?
It was midway through the second half when it seemed like those calls were being made frequently, and so we tried to join the party and attack.
And then we've been seeing in the mid-20s of 3-point attempts all season, and then last game was obviously the team's best game shooting the ball from deep, but only 7 attempts today. Why was that?
I think Utah's defense was really good on the three. Dex and Q, or anybody else that came off looking for a three, they did a great job of guarding us tight. And we did not get a lot of good looks, or our guys would have put it up, I'm sure.
And then just your general thoughts on that. Obviously a very gritty game. For the team to come out with a win, do you think that was important mentally?
Oh, I think it was imperative, probably is a little too strong a word, but you know, it was our only home game out of the last 4, and now we go on the road for 2 more. So when you only have 1 game in Beasley, your home court, out of your first 6, you better win it, because it doesn't get any easier. And Cal is really, really good. Stanford, I know they've got a lot of talent, and they're really good. So any win you can get is great, and you need to win on your home court.
What exactly was the call on that last play when you decided to foul as they were coming up the court?
That's what it was. It was just once they crossed midcourt, we're looking to foul.
There weren't any kind of time or...
Not time, because we didn't know how long it would take them to cross midcourt. If we could turn them and slow them down any way we wanted to, but obviously they were going to get it just to go. So we figured if we could just, even if it's a second or 2, and what, 2.8 I think went off? Something like that. And so I think it was at 6.8 when the ball went out, or after a made free throw, and then I think we fouled at 4 seconds. So, but it didn't matter how much time. We were going to foul once they crossed midcourt, because one more bounce, now they could be in their shooting motion. We did not want to foul at that point.
Has Devontae had a chance to see his doctors since practice?
He hasn't. He will get checked again tomorrow.
And so then there's no updates on a timeline or anything?
Not this time. I wish there were.
Ken, on the foul, you know, do you normally subscribe to that notion that you don't even want to give them a chance to shoot a 3, to have that opportunity, despite the fact that they were 2 for 13, 2 for 14 at the time, or does it depend on the situation?
Depends on the situation. Yeah, and it changes game to game, team to team, situation to situation. Can you afford to get a guy a foul again? We did not have a lot of fouls, so it wasn't like potentially someone was going to get their 5th, just in case it goes into overtime. But more often than not, strategically, I believe in doing that if it's under 6 seconds.
And obviously, for Utah, almost a perfect play, because they missed the second, and then it kicks out to the corner, and they had a pretty good look at that. You know, is that sort of a, oh my God, I can't believe this might, you know, happen type of moment, or what were you thinking at that time?
I was thinking that guy can really shoot, and I hope he doesn't make it. And then when he fired it, I thought, man, we're closing out really hard. I hope there's not a foul on that. And then I didn't see it. I didn't see what happened. I just know he missed it.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Q's play? His shot really wasn't falling that well, but he looked to be aggressive into the free throw line. Can you talk about his play?
Yeah, that Q did a good job. You know, every night your shot's not going to fall, but a good player, a good scorer will manufacture points a variety of ways. And I thought that's what he did really well tonight. He didn't shoot it extremely well, 2 of 7, but he scored 14 and created other ways to get points.
Is that aggressiveness, do you think that's the level he's gonna be able to continue to play at?
I think he'll continue to just get a little more aggressive, game in and game out. I mean, because we're talking to him about that every day. It's just not his personality. You know, there was a guy here a couple of years ago, fairly similar, Klay Thompson. He shot 31 free throws his freshman year in 31 games. Now, I think 33 games. And as phenomenal a player as Klay was, that wasn't who he was. But over time, he changed also and became a really good scorer.
How important is it that he does up that aggressiveness and realize that he is that type of scorer?
No, it's really important for him and his future because he'll be a more multi-dimensional player, and it's very important for us, especially right now. You're not going to win a lot of games scoring 49, so we need him to get some points.
Could you evaluate where the defense is at now in this kind of new defense you implemented at the start of the season?
Yeah, I think it's good, but we've got some holes in it. We got to keep working on it. But so far, it's been good for us.
Do the players have a general understanding of it, though? Or are they doing what you want them to do?
They do, yeah. We've had to tweak a couple things with Devontae being out now, and the rotation is different. Different guys are playing different areas, so there are different responsibilities. But I thought they executed our defense pretty well tonight.
Now that the team isn't having those kind of large holes on offense or even so much on defense with Devontae out, now that they've made that adjustment, how hard is it going to be for them to adjust back when he comes in and starts to dominate the ball? And
I don't know, but I sure hope he gets back quick. We'll deal with it then. I'll look forward to that issue, that problem.
Ken, what have you, obviously because it's not an ideal situation to not have Devontae for, 3 3/4 games of your first 4 games in Pac-12 play. What have you learned about your team, though, that Devontae has been out?
I think they've been pretty resilient, and they've hung together. They're supporting each other, even though nobody's putting up big numbers, nobody's shooting real well. Nobody's been extremely consistent offensively, and yet I don't see anybody pointing fingers or saying things. It's just, hey, we're on this thing together, and we're going to keep fighting through it.
thank you.